So here's the computer. I guess it's called an Acer Open. Pulled off the front panel, and in order to, well, get into the unit, you pull the front off, and then there's these tabs here, and then one over there that you remove the top cover with. Here, and it slides backwards and off. It needs a little cleaning, of course, as you can see in here. Here's the CPU. It has a passive heatsink, and I know this is a 486. I don't know what 486 it is though. Speed and wise, I think an SX perhaps. Got a CD-ROM drive. I don't know what the speed of it is either. And we got a floppy drive, and from what I can deduce, there is at least 2 SIM banks, and they are, well, we got 24 meg of RAM in here, so it's probably upgraded a little bit. And right here in the back, we've got a modem, parallel card here. And that might be 10100, maybe a 10 NIC. That's a video game port, I think. Yeah, this is the 3-com card right here. And it's gotta be a 10 megabits per second. Yep, right there. See it? 10 megabits per second Ethernet card in here, which is pretty cool back in the day. And then there's a sound card, and we're gonna have to pull that. But from what I can see, it tells you right here it's a Sound Blaster 16, and it's an ISA card. And this is out of the slot. Must have been tossed somewhere and knocked it out. But yeah. So I don't know what kind of well, it's an AT power supply, and that's it. It still works. Don't know if the Maxster drive works, but we're gonna clean it up a little bit more. And the BIOS battery, we don't know if it's a Dallas battery or a 2032 coin, but we gotta remove some of the riser here, I think, and get to it so that we can replace it, because it's dead, and we need to save settings in the CMOS. So let's take some stuff apart. Looks like there's a IDE controller on this Sound Blaster 16 because it's plugged into the CD-ROM drive. That is so weird, to me at least. And and that is the modem, which I don't care about. Now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. Looks like it could be is that a ALI chip? Must be the logic chip. Over here you've got a Cirrus Logic chipset, maybe. Let's see how all these ISA cards are in a riser slot here, and I'm gonna attempt to take it out of there without breaking anything. And it seems to just sit there. Just looking for the battery, guys. Come on. Could be underneath all this crap, and I might lift this up and not get to anything. That's so frustrating. This mechanism here that holds the CD-ROM and the floppy has to slide in on those pins down there and slide back. Meanwhile, this chassis that holds the entire thing that it sits on has to sit here and flush, and then there's a lever right there, which when you pull it it's like that's the power turning on and off for the power supply. So you got to line that up so you can get your power supply to work, and then don't screw up your IDE controllers pins down there, and your AT power supply, and of course everything should be plugged in. But it must be a single controller down there, because that down there runs the Maxter drive, and then this one runs the CD-ROM drive. And then there's the sound. So put in a new battery. Let's put in the riser card again. Hook everything up and see if it even starts. Fingers crossed. Let's do it. One thing I hated about ISA slots is how much force you got to use to get the cards into the slot sometimes. And when this like this is loose, you know, you just got to hold the back and then push it in and make sure the pins are all seated. And then hope to hell that you didn't knock the riser board out of its own slot in the process. So yeah, so much fun. So now that we have the battery in there, let's try to get in the BIOS. And if the BIOS shows up, we'll see if this drive is good. We can see what kind of a processor it has. And then maybe we can install Windows 95. But I don't know how fast it's going to run, but we can try. So let's try to get in the BIOS. I think we have to hit Control-Alt-Escape. Alright, let's try to turn on the system. And of course, you can hear the hard drive spinning up. It's not clicking. It's not clicking, everyone. And it's counting up the memory. I don't think you can escape that. Can't get past it, nope. So we got 24K, 24 mega memory. Control-Alt-Escape. Where's the escape key? Ah, BIOS. Got into the BIOS, everyone. Alright, let's kind of like straighten out the monitor. Yeah, I'm using this old school monitor because, well, VGA and limited res, so. Okay, so I replaced the battery. Great. Memory size mismatch, I'm not sure. 80 by 87 SX co-processor mismatch? What does that mean? I'm old, but that is old. So what do we have here? Okay, let's see what we can do. System config, warning. Following parameters in advanced system configuration depend on CPU use. Press F9 to set the default value for the best system performance. Okay, so let's do its recommended things. Oh, shadow RAM. And we got what? Video BIOS enabled. So okay, great. Shadow RAM is how, you know, I think maybe DOS interfaced with the video card RAM and stuff like that. System cache is enabled. System speed high. Memory reserved for system use. Great. And that's it. That's all we have. That's fine, I guess. You want to save? We do. Oh, so basic system settings. Okay. We're in advance. Alright, the date needs to be set, obviously. What's today's date? So I set a few things. Time, date, floppy disk. You gotta set everything manually, except for I didn't know how to manually set the cylinders and heads and tracks, but it picked up the Maxter. You just hit F8 and auto detected it, so we're gonna go with that and hopefully it's good to go. We got the 640K base memory and 24 meg of memory. We got video display and math coprocessor is not installed, so we're going to save that now that that is there. Alright, so now that that's good, it seems to be working. We're going to get out of here and see if it reboots. Hopefully the settings are good. We're going to get a floppy disk for Windows 95. And let's see if we can boot into Windows 95. Well, I have a Windows 95 CD that may boot from the CD-ROM if the CD-ROM reads and is good. So let's get to it. Oh wait, this hard drive is working. You're kidding me. Oh my god. It's not a new version, but that is surprising. Can you hear? So when the CMOS battery died, everything got lost, I think. So let's see what version of Windows is on here. Let's see what kind of stuff the user has on here. I'm using a pass-through switcher from USB to PS2. Damn. Well, let's just see how far we can get with the keyboard. And let's see what kind of programs the person had on here. Let's see what kind of... Oh, of course, no drivers. Probably because I put it back in the wrong ISA slot. Of course. But this is exciting. This thing is working after 30 some years. Oh, that's not the time. That's the date though. Wow. Oh, I hate when people put this up here. Hated it. Oh my god. Netscape Communicator. Back in the day. Oh, I used to use Netscape. Adobe Reader 4.0. Oh wow. Well, let's go and reboot and get a mouse that works. I might have a PS2 or a serial mouse I can plug into here. And let's explore this machine. See what kind of stuff we can dig up. Be right back. Alright everyone, since this 46 is running and we've changed gears, we're going to do a exploration of what's installed in this machine. Since it's Windows 95, well, things can be a bit tricky. Let's look. We just have CD-ROM, Panasonic CD-ROM, Cirrus Logic, probably a 1 or 2 meg graphics video card on board on the motherboard. I took out the dial-up adapter, don't want that in there. Doesn't know my modems, just too old. Standard IDE. We got a floppy, and that's, well, we have sound. Yeah, Creative Labs 16-bit sound blaster in here and with the joystick port. That's about all we have here. 24 meg of RAM. Really rocking the RAM here back in the day. Let's see what kind of programs are in the system. Looks like a fax machine, PhoenixCom Microfax. Accessories, we've got more than the normal games in here. 21 card trick, different kind of a solitaire game, Cruel software. What the heck? Maze Maker golf card game, Minesweeper, Oregon Trail. Well, that brings back memories. Bet you it'll need a disc. Okay, maybe it's yeah, it doesn't work. Interesting. Taipei for Windows. Tetris? Really? Does that work? Of course it works. How the heck? How do we start this? Game. New. Oh no. Oh no. I don't even know how to turn the blocks. Okay. So we got Tetris on this system. Interesting. Of course we want to exit. Let's see what else is on here. We're going to keep going here. See what kind of things work and what we have on the system. Wow, spill. What is that? Word search rampage? TikTok tactics. Alright, so some of these programs obviously were removed and the shortcuts are still intact. Weird. Same thing, same difference. Alright, so calculator, all the good stuff that Windows 95 came with. Alright, we got here Acrobat Adobe Reader 4.0. Applications. So there's a lot of stuff on this machine. CT Wave must be a wave music player. Could be for printer. Intel video setup for video codecs. Don't tell me it's an so we don't have that. Great. Yeah, that was quick work for that program. Don't tell me the system's gonna crash. Nope, good. QBasic programming. Wow, how nice. Productivity Pack 3.1. WordArt Quicken for taxes. Sound Blaster. MIDI control mixer. Wow. Totally going back in time here. What is Productivity Pack? Okay. More applications. MyWave. So it kind of has a duplicate here for here's a backup program. Some of these programs are duplicate, but MS-DOS editor, bicycle games, bicycle software. What the hell? Just can't find the EXEs. Chameleon sampler. What is this? FTP? Oh, Telnet connection software. Fax. Entertainment Pack came with these, I guess. Cruel software. What is the difference? Okay, great. No time for that. Fun Pack. Of course, you got Minesweeper. I didn't see Pinball. Blitzer. What is Blitzer? Great. So half this stuff is not installed or something. Chomp looks like some kind of a Pac-Man thing. What else do we have that doesn't work on this system? Alright, iNet New Mexico. Juno is that old internet provider or email. Maine. Ooh, Encarta. Encarta was a encyclopedia. Here's the old file manager. Make original diskettes. What? So we could just restore the system. DOS 6.21. Yep, there's the Encarta. Really? Either it was on a network or the system got it uninstalled or had a CD-ROM. I don't know. D drive. Had to be a D drive since this thing was on the network. Microsoft Works must have been previous to, Office. Oh wow. Old school. Old school Microsoft Office. No. They just called it Word 1 doc. Netscape Communicator, of course. So, that's your internet. Here's the navigator for your browser, Messenger. Must have had a Palm Pilot. Little Palm Pilots, PDAs back in the day. FTP, Telnet, Productivity Pack. It just doesn't work. Alright, well, CD Navigator, Cards and Dice. There's the Sound Blaster again, Jukebox. Print Shop Deluxe for printing graphics and cards and stuff like that. Lottery Advantage. Somebody played the lottery. set resolution, Virgin Games risk. Can almost guarantee you that there's no possible way we're going to get this game to play since it wraps around. And that's what we got here. There's a lot of stuff on this old machine that doesn't work and a lot that does work. What are we rocking for the display? We got flying toasters for flying windows for the screensaver. We are rocking 640 by 480. The most this can go to is 800 by 600. And can it do it? Oh wow, it looks so much better. Why didn't I do that in the beginning? I have no idea, but I didn't. It didn't make me restart, which is amazing. You got time and date multimedia. I, for the life of me, can't figure out what the processor is on this system. How can I get to the command prompt? Regedit. So somebody's been on command column regedit, sysedit. I don't think dx diag even comes up here, but can we do regedit? dx diag is probably Windows 98, and it can't open. 31. If I want to do a backup, I need 31 3.5 inch 1.4 meg diskettes to do this. Yeah, so we need to click quit because I have 10 floppy disks to my name and half of them are used with startup disks, so this is a no-go. But I don't really want to overwrite this system, but yeah. Anyways, everything's working fine. I just can't tell what the speed of the processor is. Oh. This hard drive is 329 meg. So it's 345 capacity, so. Well, and it sounds like it shuts down a lot and the head's crashed. That is this 486 in its entirety. And that's the way it looks like when you shut it down, and this is Windows 95, and basically you have to literally press the power button to shut it off. So my final thoughts on this 486 system with an unknown processor. Well, I need to pull the damn thing off the heatsink so I can actually look at the speed, but it looks like it's glued to the CPU. When I first started this video, I didn't think it was going to work. I didn't know. I've encountered 2 or 3 386, 486 PCs that I tried to revive that never made it to the channel because I couldn't get a post. Dallas batteries, irreplaceable, CMOS issues, nothing would post, etc., etc. This is the first one that I had that even worked after a bit of cleaning, CMOS replacement battery, and the thing just worked, albeit the hard drive's probably on its way out. But I started filming my camera phone because I didn't think, well, in the back of my mind I'm like, oh, it's not gonna work, so let's just try to troubleshoot and get it working. And it started to work. CMOS battery, set all the settings, set auto detect feature for the hard drive, booted right into Windows 95. Yeah, that's how this video went. So, surprised? Yes. Happy that I got a working 486 system? Hell yeah. Some of you might be like, oh, 486, I'm like, yeah, but a collector, working 486 in its entirety. So it's an AcerAcros model. Still didn't clean too much of the front, but super pumped, super excited. And I might even be able to beef it up to like a 80 megahertz AMD DX2 CPU, or maybe even in a 133 K5 AMD. Those are known to overclock to 160 megahertz that rival the Pentium 75. So we'll see what kind of sockets in here. Maybe upgrade it to Windows 95 OSR
2.5, the last release. See what we can juice out of this thing, max the RAM. So if you're into that kind of thing, retro hardware, exploring all kinds of tech, then stay tuned, get subscribed, because you're not going to miss when I get down to upgrading this old 46 PC. Thanks for coming along with me on this nostalgic but ad-libbed video exploring this 46, kind of like getting it back to work. And thanks for watching. Remember this tech.